Blast Live. Kanye West is rewriting history.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Has the rapper gone too far? Plus, Oscar-winning actress Cate Blanchett's new allegations against Harvey Weinstein. She says he harassed her too. And soap opera sweeties Bill and Susan Hayes on the staying power of Days of Our Lives. Daily Blast Live starts now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Hump Day, everybody.
We made it.
We almost made it. We're almost to the end of the week, but you know what happens at the end of the week? We lose you. Everybody, look who it is, our special guest co-host all week long, Marc Summers.
Nice to see you. Hello.
You remember Marc as the host of the hit show Double Dare. There he is.
That's my son. That's not me.
Well, it aired for years on Nickelodeon. It is coming back.
Yep.
Marc, we also have a lot of great topics to get to. We want your opinion, so let's get right to it.
Here we go.
Rumors have been swirling all day that Kim Kardashian is leaving Kanye West, but right now, People magazine is reporting that Kim will defend him to the end. And all of this, of course, after the rapper stopped by TMZ, where he dropped a huge bomb, so to speak, on the newsroom, calling slavery a choice. Watch.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks.
And fellow musician will.i.am responded to Kanye's comments and is worried that Kanye is doing it for publicity. Listen to what he said on British TV, and then we will all discuss.
That is harmful to stir up this very touchy, race situation and you be the benefactor from it. So I encourage you, if you really believe this, give your shoes away for free. Give your album away for free.
Harmful, Erica. Do you think that he's doing this for publicity?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that he is obviously doing it for publicity. He does have an album to sell, but I think that he truly believes what he's saying. And the way that I think about it is sometimes we have these conversations within the privacy of our own homes or within our own communities, and they're conversations, good, bad, or indifferent, that we can't have in public because of what what it'll say about us or what people might think out of context. I feel like these are conversations he's been having with a smaller group of people, and he just decided to have it with all of us.
Yeah, but so manically, like he tweeted for an hour last night. Is this not a sign of a mental illness?
Well, yeah, we've talked about this from time to time, that if he was on medication and then he went cold turkey.
And he's mentioned that.
Yes, he's
not
mentioned,
cold turkey, but went from treatment to like one here, two here.
You can't do it. You cannot do it, and that may be refined. I want to buy him the box set of Roots and have him watch that and see if indeed he thinks that
if the slavery was a choice.
Right. What a great point.
Later, Kanye tried to clarify his comments, Al. He tweeted, quote, "The reason why I brought up the 400 years point is because we can't be mentally imprisoned for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an idea." And before we get your take, Al, we did talk to Dr. Drew Pinsky earlier to shed some light on what the heck is going on with Kanye. Here's what Dr. Drew said in regard to possibly Kanye's bipolar disorder.
With significant bipolar disorder, if they do, it's a medical illness with a medical management, and when they don't take their medication, it can be quite a wild ride. Now, the opiate addiction is another story. But one thing I will say is he apparently became dependent on opiates after a surgery, which is unfortunately an exceedingly common thing these days. And it seems like he got off them. I don't see the stigmata of real addictive disease here. So I suspect he got dependent, got off, and that's probably mostly over. And I suspect mostly what we're seeing here is the bipolar condition.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen somebody struggle with this throughout my lifetime, and it's reminded me so much of that. That's why I'm not putting as much of this into what he's saying. I do think that he does probably believe some of what he's saying, Erica. He has come out and been a proud Trump supporter almost since the beginning of his campaign, but I think we're watching somebody that's going through something very sad. And I think now, because not only do people that have mental health issues have access to social media, so we get to see in real time when somebody is kind of falling off the cliff. You take somebody like J.D. Salinger, who wrote Catcher in the Rye. He wrote one of the best novels ever and then went to a cabin and waited to die.
Yeah.
But he didn't have Twitter to go on a weird rant, so we only remember the good. So if this is the last we see of Kanye, just remember all the great music he brought to our lives.
Wow.
Do you think he's addicted to fame?
I think fame can be an addiction, so
sir.
that's a great question. So I think so as well. All right, DBL Nation, chime in. We want to hear your thoughts as well. Moving on to Cate Blanchett. She hopes that Harvey Weinstein goes to jail. She gave all the details in an interview in this month's Variety magazine. Cate also says that she was sexually harassed by Weinstein. She went on to say, quote, I think he really primarily preyed, like most predators, on the vulnerable. I mean, I got a bad feeling from him. He would often say to me, we're not friends. When asked to clarify, Cate says that she wouldn't do what Weinstein asked her to do, but declined to specify what that was. She also said she hopes Weinstein, again, goes to jail. What actress did this animal not prey upon? I mean, she's done a number of films with him. The Talented Mr. Ripley, Carol, The Aviator. Unbelievable.
So was it Ronan Farrow who made all this thing happen? Because this was going on for years. My question is, why now? Why didn't these ladies bring it out in the open? And now it's an explosion, and we're hearing these stories over and over again, but they've been going on for 20 years.
Yeah, I think that there's strength in numbers, and I think for a long time there was this culture that was being cultivated of silence. And when you think you're the only person, then you have a tendency not to speak out, especially when you're going against a machine. When you hear a story that resonates with you as similar to an experience that you've had, I think you're more inclined as a victim to come forward and at least either corroborate the story or get healing from that. So I think that's the reason why for so long we didn't hear these stories, and now they're flooding in.
That's a good point, Erica. We're going to leave it on that. We are live. Digital producer Brett Forrest has news at the moment. Brett.
Today is college signing day, and some high school seniors in Philadelphia celebrated with Michelle Obama.
We need you all to be successful, and we need you all to strive for the greatest heights that you can imagine for yourselves. That's why we're all here today.
The former First Lady spearheaded college signing day 5 years ago while in office, encouraging high schoolers to pursue higher education. Today's celebration also had big names like Robert De Niro, Nick Cannon, and Bradley Cooper.
You are the future. We are counting on you. We depend on you. And I like the way you look.
Congrats to all you seniors heading off to college.
That's a great group of people.
Yeah, it really is.
I thought Michelle Obama alone was enough.
Oh, who was at your graduation? I don't know. Michelle Obama, you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Moving on, Kevin Hart is in the news again. There's new details tonight about his sex tape. His close friend, Jonathan Todd Jackson, there he is accused of extorting him over the tape. Jonathan allegedly demanded an undisclosed amount of money in return for keeping the tape a secret. Now Kevin is reacting to the news on Twitter saying, quote, mind blown, hurt, at a loss for words, and simply in complete disbelief at the moment. Wow. Oh, okay, Erica. Erica's laughing. Why the strong reaction?
Oh, I'm sure his wife felt the same way when she found out that he was hooking up with some girl in Vegas. I think it's so funny when people actually expect there to be loyalty but gives none. Honey, you get what you give, and that's what you got.
Woo!
All right.
Al Jackson.
Erica, come on. Do you really believe that? Like, I mean, listen, there's an inner circle that you travel with. And I feel like there needs to be some loyalty there. I'm sorry.
Do you think there needs to be some loyalty between him and his friend, but he didn't give his wife, who was pregnant with his child,
so I assume in this
loyalty
position, we are talking
that
about
she deserves as well.
Do we know the dynamics of their sex life?
I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested I'm not interested in it because at the end of the day, even if they had an agreement, let's say that she's like, all right, do what you want, but keep it behind closed doors. He could have at least been responsible.
He was behind closed doors. This happened in the room, not at the city park.
He could have been responsible to not embarrass her. At the end of the day, even people with arrangements don't want to be embarrassed.
Maybe he was trying to keep it from coming out so it wouldn't embarrass her.
I'm simply saying, don't ask for something that you can't give because you're never
How do you know if he wasn't?
It.
Maybe he's honoring the bounds in which they had a marriage. You don't know what kind of situation they have in the
Hello, everybody. I'm Howard Cosell.
It certainly seemed like he was pretty shocked and like very apologetic to his wife.
No one would want that out there. Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. We are live. Ebony Steele is an interesting story coming in hot.
Do I really? I'm over here eating popcorn looking at Erica and Al. But I got to tell you about Blake Lively because she mysteriously disappeared from Instagram, but today she reappeared like magic. Blake posted a teaser for her new movie, A Simple Favor. Here's a first look.
I do consider Emily my best friend. She is this wonderful, elegant person. Everybody has a dark side. 5 days ago, Emily went missing. I'm realizing I don't know her as well as I thought I did.
I'll do you a simple favor and tell you that it hits theaters September 14th.
Whoa.
Ooh, that looks good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm down. What, Al, you're not down with it?
I didn't know what I was looking at. It was just a couple of shattered fragments of a picture.
It looked scary to me. Got my adrenaline rushing.
Blake Lively with a gun.
Okay. Coming up on Daily Plus Live, Al Jackson's hilarious take on viral videos and crazy trends. It's called Al Sounds Off, as if he hasn't sounded off enough. Plus, we're chatting with the stars of Days of Our Lives. Bill and Susan Hayes reveal the secret to their success. And tune in all next week because Brandi Glanville's in the house.
Whoa.
The reality TV star is joining the panel. And let me tell you, she's got a thing or two to say. That's all next week right here on Daily Plus Live.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's time now for Al Sounds Off, when comedian Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he could find.
All right. How you feeling?
I feel good, buddy.
All right, let's get it on.
I just told everybody what's up when we came back. All right, let's go for it now. Here we go. When running to home base, why not savor the moment, right?
Yeah.
Like this little guy. I like it. I like that.
Now, Jeff, they actually clocked his time, and it was the actual time that a bill gets passed in Congress. people say baseball's too slow. I feel like it's not slow enough. I love this kid. He's got swag. He's got style. Because of that, he's got a new fan. So I think we have a future Hall of Famer on Friday. I'm just saying.
All right.
Let's go to the next one.
Stay tuned for that one. All right. Wow. These buffalo wings that Kim K's bestie tried might actually be worth their weight in gold. Take a look.
Custom. Oh my God, my camera's even trembling. These are so lit. 24 karat gold wings. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Watch what happens when you dip it in the blue cheese. Look at this. Oh my God, look at that gold pouring off. Look at that gold pouring off.
I hope he's just going to eat that.
I don't. Well, Jeff, you know, I actually ordered this once, and I was wondering why my bill at Fridays was $37,000. You know, but it just reminded me, you know, when you do have to go to the bathroom, talk about a gold rush. Let's go to the last one.
I like it. Yeah. Not last, but we have not one, but two billboards from a T-shirt company. Remember these, Al? But before they receive backlash, just check it out and see which one you prefer.
I guess dogs aren't the only thing that bury bones. This is that's right. Actually the new Chicago Bears logo. I know you're a fan. Congratulations.
I like it.
I just say, you know, it's, I guess there goes the rule. Don't feed the bears. Thanks, y'all.
All right, everybody. That's 2 in a row for our Robert Camera Guy. And that's Al Jackson, and that was Al Salazar.
We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news right at this moment.
Well, just announced Bill Cosby has been removed from the Television Academy's list of Hall of Fame honorees. All references to Cosby were also removed from the website, but the Academy tells Variety it has no plans to rescind Cosby's 4 Primetime Emmy Awards. Now, this is just the latest fallout for Cosby. Yale revoked his honorary degree, and tonight Northwestern University is considering rescinding his honorary degree, too.
Wow, I would love to hear your opinion on separating. Do you think these legends, so to speak, talent-wise, not character-wise, should be erased from history?
In this situation, yes.
Okay.
Sadly. Here's something you didn't know. I did the warm-up on the pilot of The Cosby Show, okay?
Whoa.
Yeah. And Marcy Carsey and her, why can't I think of her partner's name? Carsey Warner, Tom Warner. Before I would do a warm-up, I'd always go in and talk to the talent. And I was with them, and I said, let's go in. They were scared to death to knock on the door. They did not want to do it. And finally, I had to go. I just knocked on the door. Hi, Mr. Cosby. My name is Mark. I'm going to do the warm-up. What do you want me to say about you? All this other kind of stuff. He put the fear in people all the time. And you had to refer to him as Dr. Cosby, okay? And so he was not, in my opinion, and my experiences around him, the nicest human being I've ever met in my entire life. How bad do you have to be to force women via pills and alcohol to have sex? I mean, the power thing has gotten out of control with this man. So it is very sad. Now we're talking that someday in 5 or 10 years, he's just going to be a trivia question in a bar, and nobody's going to remember who the heck he was.
And I thought Erica said something, because I was like, what is this going to mean for his legacy? This is how much we talk off camera.
Yep.
And what did you say? What's Cosby's legacy going to be, Erica?
Making sure that this doesn't happen again.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
That's
Thank
great.
you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
That's incredible insight and so disappointing and gross.
Yeah.
All right, Daily Blessed Live is all about live news. As it's happening, Ebony, what's coming up?
Supermodel Ashley Graham is launching a new line perfect for every woman's body. We'll show you how she's getting you to embrace your curves. And next, we're chatting with the stars of Days of Our Lives, the secret to Bill and Susan Hayes' longevity in TV when we come back.
Live and in color here, and I'm Jeray Daniel Banks. This is Miss Ebony Steele. I just want to show you guys a couple of my favorite ways to create A-list celebrity looks without having to be super crazy. A lot of the time you see all these Instagram looks taking 15 to 20 minutes, and I know you don't have time for that, so we're going to take about 3 to 5 minutes today. I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite ways to make sure you have beautiful skin. Now we're going to start off with step 1. This guy's going to be Bye Bye Foundation from IT Cosmetics. Now this is beautiful to make sure that we're going to go ahead and even and neutralize all of our skin and complexion. This is also going to be a 5-step way to go ahead and get your moisturizer, your SPF, your foundation, and your primer all in one. When I'm using this product, I want to take a double-ended brush here, and we're going to start by making sure it goes directly into the brush. We're going to blend directly onto her cheekbone to make sure everything looks nice and neutral. Now, a lot of the times you might see that your foundation is looking a little lighter at first. That's okay. You don't always want to make sure that it's completely even, because with your setting powder, it'll neutralize to make sure that you're having a nice and neutral finish. Alrighty guys, So next off here, we're gonna go into a little bit of full coverage concealer. My favorite is from NARS. This is going to be their full coverage matte concealer. Now with this guy, we're using the shade Caramel for Ebony, and we're gonna take a small amount and use it directly underneath her eyes. Notice I'm gonna start going into a small triangle shape here. The reason being is because this is going to help to brighten and highlight her under eye. Less is more, guys. Using a small amount of your concealer, a little dabble there, going directly from her inner corner, going from her outer corner, and then pulling any additional in the inner portion here, then going back into her inner portion of her eye and blending from the inner corner outwards will help to make sure that we're seeing a very soft amount applied and that we're still blending. I'm gonna be here for you guys with Beauty Blast Live. We'll see you next time though.
Yeah, go.
Welcome back to DBL. On today's edition of Chatting with the Stars, I spoke with soap opera legends Bill Hayes and Susan Seaforth Hayes. The Days of Our Lives stars share their favorite TV moments and give us some advice for long-lasting success.
You know them as Doug and Julie Williams from Days of Our Lives. The two met on the show in 1970, fell in love and married, in real life too. Like sand through the hourglass,
so are the days of our lives.
Bill and Susan Hayes, thank you so much for joining us at Daily Blast Live, and congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, you two have played the characters of Doug and Julie Williams on Days of Our Lives for nearly 50 years. Now, why do you guys think that Days of Our Lives fans have remained so loyal?
Because the show is very, very good. It has great writing. It has wonderful actors.
The actors are great.
The actors are great. The production staff cares about the show, and it's a family show.
I say that our cast is a family.
Well, let me ask you, Bill, because your character was famously killed off in 2004 and then turned up alive on a tropical island. What is that like for you as an actor?
They did not tell me that we were coming back. They just said, you're dead.
Yes, they gave him a cake and an hourglass and a sweet
I was
goodbye.
in a coffin.
And that day they ordered a child-sized coffin and they had to stuff him into it.
We did one really wonderful scene.
Yes, it was a good side to it.
At that time, Julie was in the chapel praying, and Doug walked out of a light.
Out of the tunnel of light.
We had a scene together saying goodbye.
About 10 actors getting killed off the show was a sad experience for everybody, even though they were resurrected.
Right.
You know, it was kind of a shock.
Yeah, well, your character's been through so much on the show as well. Like, what's one moment that really sticks out to you?
Our second wedding.
Okay.
He likes number 1. I liked number 2. Number 3 was off camera. We've been divorced a few times on the show, but as you can see, we're quite close in real life.
And we started this conversation talking about how fleeting the television industry can be, and yet you found longevity. What advice do you have for the rest of us?
The rest of you have high expectations and work hard.
We are live. Ebony Steele has a new trending story coming in hot.
Thank you, Erica. Model Ashley Graham is famous for breaking barriers, and her new swim line packs a powerful punch to promote self-love. She teamed with the size-inclusive company Swimsuits for All for her Power of Paparazzi, that is, campaign. Each swimsuit on the site is modeled by Graham herself in unedited pictures taken by paparazzi. That takes a lot of guts. She believes the images will instill confidence in women to love their curves and enjoy living life, no matter who is watching. The suits are available in sizes 4 to 22 on swimsuitsforall.com. Thanks, Ashley.
Amen. Thank you, Ebony. I love body positivity, and she's a great example of that. As we go to break, check out some of the exciting things we've got planned coming up in May.
The biggest events in May are on Daily Blast Live.
Surprise!
Complete coverage of the royal wedding.
Royal Watch 2018.
NSYNC's Hollywood Walk of Fame dedication.
I'm so excited.
Al Jackson speaks at the T.M. Landry graduation.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
And so much more.
Yeah, we're just kicking the mud off the tires.
Don't miss a day in May on Daily Blast Live.
All right, guys, welcome to a very special episode of Double Jump. Our man, Leo Rydell, got a chance to go see Avengers Infinity War a couple days early. So we're here with him now for a no spoilers. Leo, no spoilers.
Guys, I'm zipping it up. We're not going to say anything about the movie. We're not going to spoil a single peep.
So here's what we're going to try and do. Try and give you guys a little bit of an idea of what to expect going in without knowing what happens in the movie. First of all, Leo, you saw it a couple hours ago. Initial reaction, what do you think?
I mean, Stu, I am taken aback, man.
Okay.
Like, walking out of that theater, I was almost speechless.
Okay.
Like, I almost had to say, let me go get a beer, man, because I'm struggling with that movie right now.
You had to take a second to think
I had to
about
take
it.
a second to really just come back down to earth. Like,
Okay.
I was fully immersed in it the whole time.
Right.
I didn't want to leave the theater. I saw a couple people go in the bathroom, and I was almost a little offended and shocked.
If you're coming into this as just a movie watcher, you don't have, you know, thousands of back issues to draw upon for references and all that, are you still going to enjoy it? Or are you going to think, are they going to think like, I totally missed this scene and all that kind of stuff?
You're gonna definitely enjoy it because what the Russo brothers does well is they keep the train rolling.
Okay.
And they do exactly this. Think Winter Soldier style for
Sure.
anybody who's seen it. They keep the ball rolling the whole time.
Right.
The adrenaline never leaves.
So they don't go too inside baseball. They kind of, they keep everybody engaged regardless.
They keep everyone looped in.
Love it. A lot of the other movies, Black Panther, standalone movie, you could jump right in. You didn't need to know any context. Is that true with Infinity War, or do you need to have watched all the other Marvel movies beforehand?
I wouldn't say you need to watch all of the other movies, but I would say you do need a little bit of context.
Right. Final thing, 10 out of its score of 10, what are you going to give it?
9.5.
9.5?
And a very sturdy.
Well, DBL Nation is fired up over Kanye West. I got some pro ones. I think you got some negative ones, right?
Yes.
Should we go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay, let's start with
Kanye.
I love it.
Okay. Joe Holman on Facebook said, Kanye West, hang in there. Don't let anyone tread on you.
Well, Shara Hannah on Facebook says, Kanye is only doing this for attention.
And John F. Eddy on Facebook says, Kanye is just saying the truth.
Kyle Baxter on YouTube says, Kanye is out of control. Enough said.
Ooh, where do you guys stand?
You know what? I think the guy needs to get back on his meds and calm down. That's what I'd say, quite honestly.
I agree. Just don't compare anything to slavery. Just when I know you want to, just don't do it.
All right, the stories never stop. We don't either. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Thursday's tomorrow, then Friday, then the weekend. Then we lose you.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye, guys.